Hi, I have short hair now, and it's been a year since I've been on this channel, but thank you to people who have been like, yo, biggest fans in the background though, people have been like, yo, you should go back to your old channel, so here I am.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hi. What you see in front of you is a PPL battle. I have not uploaded any coverage of my other battles throughout this entire season, and this battle has made me want to do YouTube again. Yesterday, I had the experience of battling Raikkonen for the first time since Season 2, and my god, it was an incredible match. It was extremely close. That's all I'm going to say on it, but, like, I was so pumped yesterday, and the outcome of the match, it was a first for me. I was very, very happy having played a match. I never usually feel emotions after I finish a battle. I'm kind of just, I'm kind of glad that's over with now. But yesterday I was ecstatic. I was very happy. We were on Discord, we talked for about half an hour about the match, and oh, it was great. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now and stop rambling and just get into it. So what you have here is quite memey. So as you can see, he's brought a Garchomp, a Ferrothorn, a Sableye, a Entei, Cresselia, and a Heliolisk. Immediately, Heliolisk is a problem. So is Garchomp. I did not think he would bring the Garchomp, simply because I had a lot of things for it, and I was convinced if he did bring it, it would be bulky Garchomp. So keep that in mind. I've convinced it would be bulky Chomp for my Crook, and my Hariyama as well, and my Scolipede. I did not anticipate the Ferrothorn, simply because I have a lot of things, again, for it. Zapdos is just a straight up switch into it, so I really didn't expect to see it, but here it is, I guess. So that being said, here is my team. I have Suicide Lead Scolipede, although it wasn't Focus Sash, it was Lumberry for lead Sableye. So I have Scolipede, Gardevoir, Crocodile, Starmie, Zapdos, specifically for Heliolisk, and Hariyama. I wanted to bring Hariyama with a Thought Vest to deal with Heliolisk a little bit better, but I needed Toxic on there for his Cresselia, which he did bring. In hindsight, I probably should have brought Assault Vest, because the only other thing I would Toxic is a Sableye, and obviously that gets Magic Bounce when it Megas, so Ellie, you did a bit of a silly. But yeah, that's my team. I'm not going to go over any of the sets, I kind of just want to get into the battle, and pure flames will be happening. So without further ado, let's go. Alright, so Raikkonen is going to be issuing the challenge. The Raikkonen wants to battle me, so I lead off with my fucking awful Scolipede, because in the past it's done nothing for me but die. So he leads off as a Heliolisk, and he clicks Volt Switch. Now here, I think, holy shit, that is Specs damage, before I realised I'm a negative nature on my Spadef. Why, you ask? I'm a mixed attacker this week. Do you want to know why? I have Hidden Power Fire for this cunt. I don't like missing Mega Horns. I really don't. So here comes a Hidden Power Fire in a minute after I get up a layer of spikes. I didn't want to bring rocks on my Crook because that's a very special set that we will get to later. But here's the HP Fire getting up a big chunk of damage, and he thinks he can set up a sub on my guy. No, son! You're now down to like a quarter health in front of a Scolipede with HP Fire. How do you feel? Here I probably could have gone for another layer of spikes, but I didn't want it behind a sub, especially if it was a Leech Seed variant, because that would cause annoyance. So I'm just going to go for HP Fire here and get rid of this guy's sub. As he's going to go for the Dry Ball and just completely fucking obliterate my life. See you later, Scolipede. You did good. Well done. You got up a layer of spikes. That's what I kind of wanted you to do. I wanted T-Spikes on there for the Sableye, but I was like, I'd rather not have this thing behind a sub. So we traded spikes for not being behind a sub. So here comes my Zapdos, and I was thinking that he's definitely going to go for Hiway, so he's going to switch out, right? No! He stays in on my Toxic. I was absolutely convinced he was going into Garchomp here. So much so that I will do it again this turn. Because this thing can't touch me, Gyro Ball will do like 8/10 of nothing. So I'm going to go for the Toxic, because he misses a Leech Seed, which is less than ideal. So I think he's just going to sack this thing, because I'm guessing he brought it for Ferrothorn. In fact, for Ferrothorn? I'm guessing he brought it for the Scolipede, And now that Scolopede's dead, I guess he doesn't need it anymore. And the fact that I do know that because he told me that after the battle. So there goes Ferrothorn, that's going to die. And in comes this TheBasedEllie. I'm going to Volt Switch. Because I can't really touch this thing. And I don't really want to catch a Toxic. So me forgetting me and knowing it gets Prankster first turn as well as Magic Bounce because mechanics. I'm going to Volt Switch and I'm thinking he's definitely going for the Toxic. So I go into my Guard of Wire. Not a good move, Ellie. Not a good move. This is one of my win conditions this week. So I switch into it. And shout out to Shiny Guard of Wire though. It is beautiful. So I'm going to trace that Magic Bounce, really hoping he'd go for the cheeky Toxic. He went for the knockoff. I was like, no, I'm so sad. I was like, right, that's offensive because that did way too much. And I go for the sub here, expecting Sucker Punch. He has Shadow Sneak. So I misplayed there horribly, and there is one of my win cons gone. I could have set up all over Cresselia and this thing, but alas, I could not. In comes the Crocodile, and again, I'm going to pop a sub, because this thing cannot touch me. And I swear to God, if this thing went for Dazzling Gleam, I would have been so triggered. But he goes for the Willow, which is great. Because now I can explain the set, and it's beautiful. I am sub bulk up Crocodile this week, because it completely runs through his entire team. So I'm going to go for a bulk up here, because the TheBasedEllie cannot touch me. So here's the bulk up. Crook is now at +1/+1. And he is forced to break my sub with this Crest, which means Crest is going to die, which means he has one less switch in for Hariyama later on, and one less switch in for Starmie later on, which is great. This Crunch is going to do over half to a Cresselia. I know it's super effective, but that's also a fucking Cresselia. And then I get a Defense Drop, which is nice, but doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. He's going to reveal Energy Ball, which is decent coverage against my entire team. I have a very grass-weak team, I have noticed, as of late. Really not good. So we're both going to get a turn lefties back. Bit inconsequential for him, because it's not going to save him. I'm going to go for Crunch, and that is a very dead Cresselia early on in the battle, and that makes me so happy. Like, so happy. I'm going to get back more lefties, so I'm basically up to full now. Like, I'm 20 HP off full. No, I'm not. I'm 14 HP. Yay for math. Now he's going to come into Heliolisk and threaten me out. I can take a Surf. I don't want to take a Surf because I need this for later on in the battle for the Garchomp. So I go into my designated switch into this thing. Even after rocks, I can take, like, 2 Hyper Voices, which is great. So he's going to reveal the Surf. I guess he doesn't want to miss Focus Blasts, which is cool. And yeah, I'm looking pretty healthy, looking pretty good. And I thought he'd Volt Switch again into his Garchomp, so I Toxic. Should have roosted there, Ellie. What you doing, girl? So he Hyper Voices me, which is fine. Because I live, because I have enough investment in this thing to live about 3 Hyper Voices? No, it's 2 after rocks, I think. I don't remember. But yeah, Zapdos is fucking hanging in there like a motherfucker. I'm swearing a lot. I'm no longer PG-13. It takes a lot of effort and energy that I just don't have. Side note, wow, that was one kind of, wow, that was a voice crack. I roost there because it was my best play. I could have Heat Waved and got some damage off, but not really important. He gets a crit, which is kind of annoying because had he not, I'd be at full. And he's going to go into his Entei, which is spooky scary. But my Starmie is in the back. It is fully physically defensive to deal with said Entei. I wanted to bring Jellicent instead of Starmie, but that was just a free switch into Heliolisk, which would have caused all kinds of problems, so I'm not about that. So I'm gonna burp as he brings in his Entei. He's gonna Sacred Fire me. I can live this if he gets a mid roll, which he does. Luckily, had he got max roll, I think I would have died, but he would have had to get absolutely max roll. So I'm gonna Volt Switch out of there into my Starmie. Aptly named You Tried Entei. You couldn't quite take out his Zapdos. You almost did, but you know, get Rex done. I wanted to scold here really badly because I knew the Sableye was going to come in, but I could not take the chance that the Heliolisk was also coming in. So my play here was to HP Fire. HP Fire was on there for the Ferrothorn, which was, you know, dead. It would have got enough damage on the Heliolisk had it come in because of Dry Skin. So it wouldn't have been, you know, it wouldn't have been that bad, but it wouldn't have been great either, so. Damage is damage is damage is damage, basically. I'm going to scold here. I might pick up the KO, I might pick up the burn. I get neither, which is unfortunate, as he's going to Willow, predicting the Crook to come in, which is a good play, because at this point, if I get Crook in on the Sableye, I win. So there's that. And he's going to double Willow, because that was his only play. Had he had knocked off there, or sneaked on my Crook switching, I just would have won. So he made the right play there. Luckily, I called him out. I was like, is he going to double Willow? I can't risk my win con. And I'm so glad I didn't switch into Crook there, because I would have just straight up lost. So here's a Heliolisk. And rocks are up. I don't want him getting initiative on the Volt Switch, so I sack my Zapdos here to the rocks. One of the reasons I didn't even bother going for Rapid Spin as well. Despite there being a Sableye in the field, it was just like, I'd rather have the rocks up, because they don't really hinder my team. And even if I got rid of them, Zapdos wouldn't have done anything because his whole team outspeeds it, other than the Sableye, and it's got Shadow Sneak. So there was literally no point of getting rid of the rocks. Hariyama's going to come in, it's going to take next to no damage from the rocks, and I take a decent chunk from this Hyper Voice because I'm not Assault Vest, I am Life Orb. I wish I was Assault Vest, but it's fine. So now he goes into his Garchomp, and he's going to reveal the fact that he is offensive, which is less than ideal. But it's fine, because I still have my Crocodile on the back, it has Intimidate, I've got my defensive check to this, and we're all fine and dandy. So we're going to go into my Crook now, get off the Intimidate, and all I have to do here is click Earthquake, get damage on this, and win the Starmie. So that's a -1, and obviously he's locked into Outrage, which he goes for now. And he's gonna crit me. It's a crit! Yeah, I got crit. And I can still win. It comes down to rolls and Scald Burns and things, basically. So he gets a 3-turn Outrage, which is cool, I guess, but I'm gonna recover. He doesn't crit me here, which is cool, but that still does a lot of damage, meaning he is Adamant Scarf, which is less than ideal. If he was Jolly Scarf, I 100% would have won this battle, but because he's Adamant, the rolls are more in his favour, basically. So he's going to switch out, doing the smart thing, as he's at -1, and he's confused. Plus he doesn't know if I've got Ice Beam or not, so spoiler alert, I don't, because I had HP Fire instead. Oh gosh, I really wanted to have Ice Beam on there, but I needed the coverage for Pharaoh. But I'm going to score to get rid of this Entei, and it's on a one-on-one situation right now. I have 2 plays. If he comes back in and goes for Outrage, I have 2 plays. I go for Scald, hoping for a burn, or I recover and be that guy and stall him out, basically. I opt to go for the Scald option, because, I mean, it was a 30% chance, and everyone knows that 30% is 100%. Unless you're me, of course. I don't get the burn, spoiler alert, which means I lose. But I didn't want to recover, even though that was my play to make, because it just felt like a dick move. And a rule in the PPL is don't be a cunt, and I thought, that might breach a couple rules, so I didn't want to recover stall Pete into confusion death. And he only got a 2-turn Outrage as well, which kind of made me a little bit sad. But that was the battle, and during the match, it could have gone either way. I was so pumped, like, I wasn't even like disappointed or sad that I'd lost. I was actually happy that Pete won because he deserved it. He played well. I think I prepped really well this week, but my plays there at the end kind of let me down. But we're gonna bounce back and we are gonna win next week. I don't even know who we're facing. That's how organised I am. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know how often I'm going to be uploading, I'm going to be honest. But this made me very happy. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next upload, I suppose. See you later.